Now you will learn about 6 incredible facts about Saturn. Saturn is lighter than water. Saturn is the only planet in the solar system whose average density is less than that of water, just 0.687 grams per cubic centimeter. This means that if a gigantic ocean existed, Saturn wouldn't sink, but would float on its surface like a giant gas ball. Why is this? Saturn is made up of light gases, hydrogen and helium. Despite its enormous mass, 95 times the mass of Earth, its volume is so large that its density remains very low. While the planet does have a dense core, most of it is made up of a thin atmosphere and layers of gas. No other planet in the solar system has such a low average density. Even Jupiter, which is also composed of gas, is denser than water.
Saturn has the largest rings in the solar system. Saturn's most recognizable feature is its rings. It's not the only planet in the solar system with rings. All the gas giants have them, but Saturn's are the largest and most noticeable. These rings are so large that they can be seen with a standard home telescope and even with binoculars. Saturn's rings are composed of billions of tiny pieces of rock and ice. Astronomers believe they were originally comets or asteroids that were captured by Saturn and destroyed by the planet's immense gravity. The rings are extremely thin compared to their width, typically between 5 and 30 meters. The size of the particles in the rings ranges from a few centimeters to tens of meters, with most of the mass being particles about a meter in size.
Saturn has a hurricane shaped like a mysterious hexagon. One of Saturn's most unusual features is a huge hexagon-shaped spot located at its north pole. The hexagon can be seen with telescopes with apertures greater than 150 millimeters, but its existence was only reliably confirmed in 1981 from images taken by the Cassini spacecraft. The Saturn hexagon is a colossal storm that has been raging on Saturn for several centuries. Amazingly, each side of the hexagon is larger than the diameter of Earth. There are several theories as to why this storm has such a unique geometric shape. It appears to be caused by a ring of winds surrounding the storm. These winds rotate in the opposite direction to the storm itself. Scientists have been able to reproduce this effect on a smaller scale on Earth, producing various shapes, such as triangles and octagons.
It rains diamonds on Saturn. Some ancient peoples believed that all the diamonds on Earth came from the sky. We now know this is not true. They are formed when carbon atoms are exposed to extremely high temperatures and pressures deep within the Earth. On Saturn, however, diamonds actually form in the clouds and rain down across the planet. This happens because the planet has layers of atmosphere where the temperature and pressure are so high that methane molecules turn into diamonds. Since Saturn has no surface, these diamonds simply sink into the planet until they reach even hotter regions where they simply evaporate.
A day on Saturn is shorter than a day on Earth. Saturn is enormous. It might seem like it takes a long time for the planet to complete one rotation on its axis, but this isn't actually the case. Saturn rotates very quickly. The only planet in the solar system that rotates faster than Saturn is Jupiter. Saturn rotates at the equator at a speed of 9.87 kilometers per second. This means that a day on Saturn lasts approximately 10 hours and 30 minutes. For comparison, Earth rotates at the equator at 0.46 kilometers per second, which is still quite fast at 1,674 kilometers per hour. The reason Saturn rotates so quickly is because of its immense gravity. When gas clouds are pulled toward the planet's center, the planet accelerates to conserve angular momentum. This is a technique used by figure skaters when they pull their arms close to their bodies when they suddenly feel the urge to spin faster.
Saturn holds the record for the most moons. Saturn currently holds the title with 285 moons. Most of them are small bodies, only a few dozen kilometers wide. However, some of Saturn's moons are quite large and interesting. For example, Enceladus and Titan. By the way, Titan is Saturn's largest moon, with a diameter of approximately 5,149 kilometers. It's the only moon in the solar system with a dense atmosphere, 1.5 times denser than Earth's. Which planet should we talk about in the next video? Share your suggestion in the comments.